everybody. I'm talking to the cast of The Postman of Whistletop Mountain. And I'm standing over here in the dining hall. This is where our set is going to be for our program. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, our storyline is going to progress from left to right. So over here we're going to have a post office. The post office is going to have a big open window, and our two narrators are going to be sitting behind in there, and they're going to read the narration from inside the post office, okay? Next door to the post office, probably about here, is going to be our big hotel. And the hotel is going to be where it seems like quite a bit of the action's going on. Right outside the front door of the hotel is a park bench on the sidewalk where Mr. Blue is going to get saved later in the program. So we're going to have the post office, the hotel, and then we're going to have our lovely bakery where we have our two bakers in there working their fingers to the bone trying to make holiday goodies for everybody. And then on the end down here, we're going to make our house for Mrs. Shoelace and her brood of children. So this is kind of how things are going to be set up here. I have got the script together, so hopefully you all have read it through and you can find your part. I'd encourage you to get a highlighter, find your name, go through it, mark yours up with a highlighter, and you get ready to write notes on there and read through the play. And I want you all to learn your few parts. Most of you really have 5 lines or less. Some of you just 1 line. And then the rest of the time, you can be thinking about, okay, what might I be doing while somebody else is talking that I could look like I'm still being realistic? So maybe somebody that, maybe like the ladies in the bakery. So it's like, okay, I'm only saying 1 line, but while the others are talking, I can still be acting like I'm doing something or acting like I'm having a conversation with somebody nearby or something like that. The children that are in Mrs. Shoelace's house, I'd like y'all to think about being like, this is a widow with children, your daddy has died, so you don't have lots of money. So your costumes will be kind of like, think of the Cratchit family in, what's the name of it? Now everyone's going to say this before. What is it? The Christmas Carol. Think of the Cratchit family in Charles Dickens. Just some plain outfits, maybe solid colors or something that looks simple. But the children, some of you children are a little bit older, so maybe you girls, you want to make pigtails with braids or something to make yourself look young and look like you're the child of Mrs. Shoelace. Some of you might, like the girls, some of the younger girls might want to get like a rag doll to hold, or the boys could have maybe some jacks and a ball, or something that would be like an old-time toy or pastime or something that while others are talking, you can have something that you're doing that makes it look realistic. Another thing that I wanted everyone to know is that we're going to have each building lit up. So when someone's talking in a hotel, we're going to have the lights turned on to illuminate the hotel. So then the people that are sitting in the other places, your lights will be off and it'll be dark. So there might be some times that you might just freeze in place, kind of like this in your spot, and the lights off, and the focus is more over here in this area. So you might still be sitting in your spot, like the narrator will still be sitting there, but when the light's off, then the focus shifts to wherever we turn the lights on. So this is going to be super exciting. If you all learn your lines right away, it'll make it the easiest and fastest for all of us. I'm wanting to get together a table reading where we can all call and just get together on Zoom and just read through our pieces, and maybe it'll give us an idea of things to work on. I want you to think about fleshing out your character. What kind of a voice do you want to have? What kind of an accent do you want to have? Vanessa's already working herself into her place as the mama of all these children and thinking about how she's going to act and things. So you do the same thing. If you have someone that you're having a lot of interaction with, maybe you can talk to each other and get things figured out. Okay, how are we going to make this realistic? And what are we going to do while other things are going on and things like that? So a lot of this play is going to be adding in a little bit here and there beyond what your memorization is that'll make it seem realistic. So I don't have a lot of memorized lines, but when we actually come over here and work together and practice, that's when we can make it work practically and fill in all those places in the times when you're not talking. Figure out which of those times you're just sitting still and which times maybe you're having a silent conversation or something like that. So if anyone has any questions, I hope that you will send me a message on the group. I do have some items here that we can use for costumes. If you have any ideas for costumes, get right on that. Maybe go to the thrift store, ask around if you know anyone else that has ever dressed up for a play, if they might have things that would fit into your type of a character. So we'll need a few props and things to get things set up. Brother Michael is working on building us a beautiful set, and I think it's going to be super exciting. So hopefully we can find a couple of times to get together to actually have a live rehearsal here together, and I hope everyone can come together and participate in that so we don't have holes. But in the meantime, let's work together on memorizing, and if you have any questions, again, feel free to give me a call. I'm really excited. This is really going to help us all get into the Christmas spirit, and it's going to be super fun.